How to change the colour of a t-shirt, shirt or dress in Pixelmator Pro. Now, of course, depending on how complex the design is, it's going to be hard. You might have multiple different people in it. Maybe the hair is over particular parts of the body and so on. So it's going to be more complex to select things. But my first step would be to go up here, and you've got all the various tools here. You've got select, so tools and select, and down to select subject. And that will select, takes a few seconds of course to process it in Pixelmator Pro. It's a reasonably sized document. And once it's done, you will see the selection. And I think it's made a decent job. Obviously here you can see you've got the shadow there, but I want to change this blue maybe to say red or green. Or what I would then do is just go over here, and I'm just going to go with this one, and this is the quick selection brush. So quick selection brush, and I'm going to subtract, because what I don't want, obviously I don't want this, don't want his head, don't want his hands. So let's just go over here. So you can just, now you can vary the size of the brush. You've got here brush size. Firstly, I generally would go with a fairly big brush and chunk out a lot of areas like that. And you can see what you've got left, and then reduce the brush size. And it really makes quite a decent go at selections. So I think you can see, look at that, it's just without really any finesse. It's selected the areas I want, but I've still got the head off, so I'm just going to get rid of it. That selection there. And you can see it's left bits and pieces. I think there's a bit, oh, just got rid of that finally. But you see again, it does follow a nice contour there. And then release. I think, again, one of the good things is always go through it and check. Of course, when you change colour, you will notice that you haven't selected everything. And again, just go and select that. Ooh, still a bit there. And you can then look over it, and there's always something. There's one. You think, yes, I found everything. No, I haven't. But I think in this case, I have. But as mentioned, if you've got a very complex image, maybe the hair is, obviously if you get a woman with a dress and hairs all over it, makes it more complex to edit. And I have to say, I haven't got the patience to go through it and edit carefully. It takes time, unless you've also got features to actually select individual parts, obviously dependent on the software. Well, with this, now I can change the colour. Well, next thing to do is I'm going to go to Format and then Colour Adjustments. And you've got all these options. Now, there's obviously lots of good ones. You might want to go for hue and saturation, select a colour, colour balance. So let's just go for colour balance first. Let's select that. Now, weirdly, I always think Pixelmator Pro is very odd. Though you've selected colour balance, it doesn't actually go to colour balance, which seems a bit odd personally. It just goes to the initial part. Then you have to go all the way down, and you can then look and look and look. And there it is, colour balance. So let's say you think that one will be activated, but it's not. So click there. And then you can modify. Let's just go for, you can see then you can tweak this. And as you do that, you got slightly more purple. Depends on the colour you want to achieve, of course. Maybe go for the green, and you can tweak that. Yellow and blue. And you can see, you can create a variety of variations from that blue. And also saturation, maybe reduce it down like that. Now, there's other options as well, of course. Let's just go up here, and you've got here for contrast, but you've got also hue and saturation. That's another obviously good one. And you can then go to hue, and you can see then I'm going to go with, say, 68%, minus 68. It's going to go green. Now, you'll know straight away I've made a mistake. I can see that. And that's the great thing about when you do this colour work. I think it's, you know, it's quite possible to miss, and I did miss it here. So you can always undo. Just undo, back to where it was, and I'm just going to now again go back to the quick selection, and this time get rid of that. Yes, and put that back again. Now there is a bit of this blue here. I don't know why that's. It's quite, well, obviously there's a shadow there, but it's quite dark. Anyway, exactly the same as before. Go here, Format, Colour Adjustments, and again, use one of these ones. Maybe curves or level, just try them out. But I think obviously hue and saturation is going to be the best. Again, go there, and you'll notice again, it's not selected. It's a very weird feature. So click there again, and then change that. This time, let's go for a lovely brown. Now, if you've got sort of this lovely interference pattern, I think sometimes it doesn't work as well. It's not ideal. I've noticed when I've been doing test runs on this, sometimes it just doesn't result. And also, of course, you modify saturation there and vibrance, as well as other settings that you've got here for, and you can tweak these as well, and so on, to create an interesting design. And once you're done, go to Edit and Deselect. And then you've got that. I think that's a reasonably quick fix to recolor. Obviously, you don't want to color anything else. Don't want to change the background. You just want to change this. But as mentioned, if you've got a dress or something more complicated, it is harder to select, I think, using this approach. So obviously select subject, great start, then use the quick selection tool to clean up a lot of the selection, and then use these color adjustments to manipulate it. I'm quite certain there are many other ways of doing this in Pixelmator Pro, and probably obviously in other applications. But hopefully you can see approach to changing the color of a shirt fairly quickly. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Like or dislike, always appreciated. Bye.